Online parties. So, I know you guys have all been waiting for this. First of all, there's two different, just to make sure we understand. The virtual party is something that someone does, in a minute you can vacuum. The virtual party is something that you do in a 1 to 2 hour, so somebody might say, hey guys, they posted on Rapstar 411, I'm going to do a virtual party, invite your friends, and we do it on an event, and everybody, we kind of share it. One person's usually the person that's posting or whatever, and it's like a live feed. It's like, I'm posting, if I'm doing a virtual party, I'm posting every 2 minutes, and they're just coming out. That's a virtual party. A online party is something that you have a host, more than likely. Most of the time, you have a friend or somebody that's going to host your party, and you're reaching out to their network, their friends. You can do an online party a couple ways. You can create an event, create an online party in events, or you can create it in groups. Groups is a new way that I've been doing it. The only thing about groups is I do kind of feel like some other network marketing companies have ruined the groups because people are kind of getting annoyed that they're being automatically added into these groups. So you might want to be careful. So in the event, if you're going to create an event, you're just going to go on the calendar, create the event. You can create the event for your host, add them as a host, and then they're going to invite their friends. And then you're responsible for posting on there 2 times a day at least. Starting out with just product information. Then you might switch over to a little bit of distributing information. Then you might, just whatever. You kind of mix it up. You definitely want to talk about the loyal customer incentives and everything to explain to them how they can get these products. Same thing for groups. You're going to do the exact same thing, except it's just a different way. You're creating a group. You invite your host, and your host invites all their friends. Now, why I like the groups a little bit more than events right now is when that host invites all their friends, they're automatically put into the group. They don't get a choice. They have to remove themselves from the group. Whereas in events, they are inviting their friends to the event, and their friends can either accept, decline, or do maybe. Well, they might not see those posts. If they're automatically put into this group, these posts are showing up on their news feed every day. When I'm posting 2 times a day, it's pulling up on their news feed. So, yes, I'm loving the group option, but that might be, the other day I talked to a friend and she's like, well, somebody just posted how they're so tired of being added into these groups. I'm a little afraid to do the groups. Well, if you have a host that's maybe going through that, maybe that has happened a lot, that's up to them. You can give them their options, but I've been doing groups. So, reasons you can do a party. You have a friend that's out of state that can't do a party for you. So you contact them and say, hey, will you do an online party for me? Do me a favor. I'm trying to, reach a promotion this month. And you can do whatever you want as far as incentives for your host. One thing that I like is if they're hosting a party for me and they're not a loyal customer, then I try to show them their options of becoming a loyal customer and how they're going to get, anybody from their party that signs up as a loyal customer are going to go underneath them, and so they're going to get free boxes of wraps or $35 product credit. So you use that loyal customer incentive for your host. Shh, just be still. Okay, go play. You might have a friend that's in town. I have a really good friend that lives here, but she is super busy. She's never going to have a live party for me. So guess what? I'd rather have an online party than nothing at all. So she's doing an online party for me. New loyal customers. Every time you sign a new loyal customer, you need to ask them to do an online party for you. This is a benefit for them. They're going to reach out to their friends. You're going to say, we only have 30 days to do this. Anybody that comes from this party that signs up as a loyal customer is going underneath you, and you're going to get that free box of wraps or $35 product credit. It's kind of like a no-brainer. Most of the time, they're like, oh, okay, what do they have to do? There's nothing they have to do but just invite their friends, So I had a loyal customer last month, got 3 boxes of wraps for free because of that. And then a potential distributor. So this is the secret. I have been creating, so what I've been doing is I've been creating online parties for them, and so we're pre-selling the wraps. So they, it's helping them get confidence that they can sell these 4 wraps. So for an example, I have one girl that just recently signed. We did an online party, and I said, hey guys, and in the online parties, you want to be very personable. You want to be you want to just kind of just be yourself, show your personality. And I'm like, hey, friends of Angelina, guess what? She really wants to do this business, and she needs your help. Who wants to help her out? Who's going to be the first 4 people to buy a wrap from her for $25? This is going to jumpstart her business. You're going to be doing so much for her, and she really appreciates you. And then they're commenting, hey, I'll take one of those wraps. I'll take one of those wraps. She sold her 4 wraps. So then she got the confidence to say, you know what, I can do this. And she signs up. She now has her 4 wraps pre-sold. She doesn't have to worry about getting her $99 back. And then we go to step 2. Okay, we need 4 people to be a loyal customer. Who wants to help her get $120 worth of free product credit? Now, this is also showing other people how this is done. So maybe this friend of hers is like, oh, this is how this works? You know, she's getting $120 worth of free product credit. Maybe I want to do this. And then try to help her get her 4 loyal customers. Now, this is not taking the place of a launch party. And to be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, this girl's out of state. The potentials I have are out of state. I think it's hard when you have out of state distributors. You're trying to convince them that it's going to be okay, that we can do this from afar, and they're nervous and they don't have, you know, like not having that, you know, face on face, you know, that connection can be a little nervous for them. So it's like, you know, you're helping them do their launch party from afar ahead of time. If they were in state, I definitely would still do your launch party, a live launch party. That's really important. But maybe if it is somebody that's even in state and they're just really strapped for money and they don't have that $99, maybe you do the online party to help them pre-sell their 4 wraps, and then they sign up, and then you move over to do the live launch party or something. You know, there's a couple ways you can do it. But it's been really helpful for me because I have several potential distributors that are out of state, and 1, it's building their confidence to see that they can do it, and then 2, they're also learning about the business. Like, you know, they're seeing the posts about the different products and about this stuff, and instead of me, you know, talking to them for 30 minutes, 90 miles an hour, and they're like, ah, and then they're like, oh my God, what did she just say? You know, I'm kind of giving it to them in pieces a couple times a day, and they're reading it over, and they're like, okay, you know, and so that's the big secret. If you have a potential distributor, think about maybe doing an online party if they're, you know, struggling with saying yes. I hope you guys aren't disappointed.
No, that's awesome.
Type as fast as you're talking, though. It's real difficult.
I know. I talk way too
I
fast.
have a couple that
So then I've already said this, but be personable and connect with the guests. If someone comments like, oh my gosh, my stretch marks are ridiculous, you know, you might not want to comment in the thing, but send her a private message and say, hey, hon, you know, it's okay. Check out these pictures, or, you know, connect with them. I send a private message to every single person in my online party. And I'm just like, you know, hey, Katie, how are you doing? So thank you so much for helping Angelina out, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you talk about the next step. Or if maybe it's just a friend hosting a party for you. So I'm like, hey, friend of Amy's, how are you? I was, you know, just wanted to make sure you had my website. If you had any questions, let me know if anything sparks an interest. I'm here for you, blah, blah, blah. Just leave it very kind of casual. But you want to send a private message to everybody. And then customize the party. Don't be a robot. I mean, yes, I have, you know, that online party that I created for everybody, and I go in there and I steal it because there's too many parties going on. I cannot create 10 different, you know, posts 2 times a day in everybody's party. So yes, I steal them, but you do want to be personable. You might want to throw in their name, or, you know, if you know that there's a lot of moms on the group, you know, then maybe we'll talk about the facial line, the stretch mark cream, something like that. Or like one party I just did, everybody was pregnant, it seemed like. So I did a couple of posts to let them know what they can do. So yes, you do want to cater to your party,